Hi, I'm Erin Werley and I channel God. Today we're going to be talking about my crystal collection. But first, why do I have crystals? Why do I love crystals? Why do I love talking about my crystals? And why do I sometimes talk about them to people who don't like them at all? It's because crystals have this amazing ability to hold a higher vibrational space here on Earth, and they're doing it constantly all of the time. Crystals are conscious just like humans are conscious, and they also have the ability to store and record information and be simultaneously uploading it to the quantum field and also expressing it here in the physical world. So essentially, they are both reception towers and projection towers. So when you place information in a crystal mentally with your mind, your intentions, into a crystal, the crystal starts projecting those intentions into universal mind, the quantum field. And the quantum field then starts projecting that into physical reality. So crystals are a manifestation aid, a tool. Do you need them to manifest? No, absolutely not. All you need is your mind to manifest the things that you dream of manifesting. However, crystals are a beautiful aid, a tool. And this is how it works. You maybe have 10 minutes a day, or maybe an hour, or maybe 3 hours a day to consciously devote to the things that you want to manifest, to doing affirmations, thinking positive thoughts, maybe doing light work, doing energy work, however that looks for you. Maybe it's meditation, maybe it's yoga, whatever your spiritual practices are to assist your manifestation. That's awesome. But how about the rest of the day? When you're maybe at work or watching TV or just not paying any attention to the things that you want. You often have these autopilot thoughts, your old kind of stale programming coming in and doing a little bit of creative work as well. Maybe creating some of the things that you don't want when you're not consciously giving your attention there. If you begin to place your intentions into crystals, they become these broadcasting towers. That was the word I was looking for earlier. Broadcasting towers that are constantly broadcasting to the quantum field exactly what it is that you want to manifest. So 24 hours a day, this crystal is assisting you in your manifestation practice, even when you aren't able to give your conscious attention there yourself. So that's why I absolutely love and adore crystals. The other thing is that they have this energy of, it's a higher vibrational energy. It is so beautiful, and different crystals have different specific purposes, but they all vibrate at the oneness frequency. And when you surround yourself with crystals, all of a sudden your environment begins to vibrate at a higher frequency. And all I can tell you is every time I've gotten a big shipment of crystals, I usually have about a week period where I literally have so much releasing through me. It's a huge detox process, both mentally, physically, and energetically, where so much is just purging out of my system so that to make way for me physically, energetically, and mentally to hold this higher vibrational space myself, to match this higher vibrational space of my crystals, because we match the vibration of what is in our environment. And if everything in your environment was, made in China in a factory by somebody who's getting 10 cents an hour or something, then what sort of vibration is that bouncing off of you? But if you start bringing in higher vibrational things that this is something that's created by God's source with the intention to assist humans in essentially calibrating to a higher frequency, then things start changing very, very rapidly energetically for you. So I love crystals. And someone had left me a comment. Thank you so much, Stoyan, for leaving me a comment asking me about this crystal. And I was like, oh, okay, well, not only will I talk about this crystal, let's talk about the crystals that you see behind me. Now I have way, way more crystals than this. I actually have quite a few packed away in boxes because I'm creating a new light workspace in the basement, and they're going to be brought back out for there. But I didn't really have anywhere up here to keep them, and they were kind of just becoming overwhelming because I had so many, and I was like, well, let's make a dedicated space in the basement. So when that happens in the next few weeks, I will definitely take a video for you guys. But this is, the name is so funny. It's a pork crystal. Now, it has nothing to do with actual pork, but it's named this way because the stripes sort of look like bacon. Now, this is a really, usually they're much more of this stripe, this dark brownish stripe color, and just a little bit of white, and maybe if you're lucky, a little bit of pink. This one's a really beautiful one. And the interesting thing about pork crystal, even though it's like absolutely stunning, and this is one of my favorite crystals that I own, it's incredibly affordable because usually it is this darker band, and this was just meant to be mine. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh. So pork crystal is just beautiful for cleansing your environment of toxins and lower vibrational frequencies. And so these are actually, they're just not that common, but you can look them up on Google and find sources that are selling them, and you can find beautiful ones like these. And this, to me, this is just absolutely one of the best ones. And when I touch my crystals, and it's hard to put it back down because I have this mental connection with the consciousness of these crystals. They are my friends. I love them. They're very important to me. They matter. It's sort of like if you've ever talked to a tree. I talk to trees all the time, and I have specific trees in my neighborhood and one tree at a park that I go to with my kids that I'm like, I consider them my friends. I catch up with them every time I see them. And the thing is, like, everything is mind, everything is consciousness. We can connect in with all of these things. I mean, I can connect in, if I wanted to, I could connect in with the consciousness of this, this marker. Everything is connected to universal consciousness. But so this is, I love it. I love it. Okay. So then I'm going to talk about, this is a really big piece of selenite. Now, selenite is another crystal that is incredibly affordable. Most crystals are a little bit harder and can withstand more, but selenite is constantly peeling off. So I think that's probably one of the reasons that it's very affordable. It's also a selenite bracelet that I have on. Selenite is beautiful. It never has to be cleansed or charged, and you can just literally put it in your space, and it's going to start absorbing any negative energies. So as a light worker and a light warrior, I always have selenite either on my body or in the room that I'm doing light work on, just because I know that it's going to catch anything that sort of slips through the cracks energetically, and it's going to clear it out, send it back up to universal mind, the quantum field, where it will be just completely dissolved and moved back into light. This crystal, I really thought about buying one of these for a long time. This is a Caribbean calcite, and I was so attracted to them, but I can't tell you why I had the hesitation. Sometimes with crystals, we're not quite ready to have certain ones. It's like we're meant to experience it on our journey, on our life path, but sometimes we have to wait for divine timing. And it reminds me so much of a beach with the idea of the sand here and then the ocean waves here, and I just absolutely adore it. And I'm so glad that, and I think sometimes, I'm attracted to certain crystals, but I'm like, oh, it's not quite divine timing, because maybe that, even though I'm supposed to bring in that type of crystal, like a Caribbean calcite, the ones that I had been seeing weren't the ones that were meant for me. I was meant for this specific piece. And I believe that so strongly, knowing that all these crystals have consciousness. Here, can I pick this up? I might not be able to pick this up with one hand. Okay, so this is an orange calcite, and calcite is just a really beautiful, again, very, very, very affordable crystal. Here I have a big hunk of blue calcite. And then this too this is, oh, Caribbean, no, yeah, Caribbean calcite. So I have a lot of calcite. And the reason that I do that is because, one, the affordability. I mean, I can't remember what this was. This was probably, I'm going to say about $200 and $250. So it was pricey because of the size, but had this been in a more expensive material for a crystal, this could have been $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. So calcites are a beautiful way to start your collection, and you can pretty much get them in every color. And you can just sort of go by the idea of what color matches what chakra. So this is really good for the sacral chakra. And yeah, I absolutely love this. Am I going to be able to? I probably can't safely do that right now. Okay, and then this is a blue apatite, and it's in the shape of a flame. And I don't have a lot of shaped crystals like this, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, yes, I must have it. I must have it. And this is a really beautiful amethyst that I received as a gift, and I just love the energy here. And amethysts are another one that are very affordable and absolutely beautiful for the third eye, those purple crystals. This is a really nice rutilated quartz. So it has black tourmaline lines moving throughout it. And the black tourmaline, any sort of black crystal, is very, very good for protection. And the clear quartz is so powerful for manifestation. So, and then it has this little bit of red rutilation in it too. And I just tingles thinking about this crystal and what I have created with it. I love this one. And this is a really nice flower agate. Now, flower agates, when they crystallized, actually flowers were trapped in them. And this one, you don't see a lot of flower agate, a lot of flowers in it. And I actually really like that, because what you end up seeing on this one are a lot of really gentle swirls. It sort of reminds me of this dream. Like, I can't explain it better than that. It reminds me of this dream, as if my eyes are closed and I'm drifting through the quantum and I'm being shown how things really are. And I love this one. Agates are another crystal that are very affordable. And this is an aura rose quartz. It's very, very shiny. And that's because it has this artificial aura layer over it. So this shiny, like almost iridescent layer. And I don't normally purchase, I think this might be my only aura, my only crystal that I have that has any artificial man-made aspects to it. It's a real rose quartz, but this aura layer on top it's not natural. Normally I prefer to keep my crystals completely natural, but in this case, something really I was attracted to it. And so I trust it, and I really think it's beautiful. Okay, this one is one of my favorites that I have in this room, but I can't remember the name of it. And I've had it for probably about 2.5 years, and I don't remember the name, but it is just absolutely gorgeous. And that happens with a lot of my crystals, because I don't actually purchase crystals looking up their names or their meanings or anything like that, saying like, well, if I'm feeling this way, what crystal should I buy for that? I've never purchased a crystal in that manner before. What I do is I just simply scroll along wherever I feel guided. And when one sticks out to me and it's like, yes, 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 this is it, Erin, this is it, then I just trust that and I go with that. And so the names and the meanings or attributes aren't what's important to me. It's the connection that I feel within to this specific crystal. So this one is, love it. And here's another one. Oh my gosh. I could probably still have the receipt for this one. I could probably look up the name. This one's, it might not show up on screen how pretty this one is, but it has these little pockets of crystals inside, and it's really, really beautiful. It's this is another one that's very dreamlike. And then this one down here, this is a desert rose selenite, and they actually, I'm not picking that one up because it's so heavy, but they actually look like little rose crystals, and it's a selenite just like this, so it's beautiful for absorbing any negative or dense energies, but you never have to cleanse it, you never have to worry about any of those things. So that is the crystals in this section of my collection. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see more videos about crystals, more videos about more of my crystals. Let me know. Sending each and every one of you so much love and gratitude for spending this 16 minutes with me. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe bell and the notification below so that you do not miss out on my daily videos.